everybody, welcome to Terry's 2 Cents. I am Terry Franks, and ladies first, let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Toya Goody, here in Houston, Texas, born and raised in Brooklyn. We ready?
And to my right,
Zarak Peters, Big Z, whatever you want to call me. I appreciate you inviting me to the platform. Hope we get something out of it.
speaking of that, the end game, if you've watched me on any of our social media platforms, I talk a lot of noise. I'm ruffling some feathers. I'm really pissing a lot of women off. But my end game is to have men and women have a better understanding and hopefully find a way to kind of gel together. At least that's my end game. Now, there's going to be some bumps along this journey, but it's every time that we're putting something together, that's the end game, is for us to learn how to better communicate and deal with each other on a much better level. So this is our first installment of what we're doing here as far as this podcast is concerned, getting this out, trying my hand and talking noise and just hosting. So we have been chatting it up. This is everybody's kind of first time really getting together and getting to know each other in this first setting. And some interesting topics have come up already. Nobody's at each other's throat, which is a beautiful thing. But I think we're looking at our demographics of where we are, and we are approaching things differently from experience. I think we're at this big age now where we're in our I mean, you still sweet 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we go roll with that. She's still got a lot to learn. But anyway.
I'm Fab 50. What you talking about?
I'm 35.
Bro, we came out of the same high school. You came up before me. But anyway, I'm going to leave that alone. So we're at this age where we have experiences now. So there are some things that we can see that people are just made different now. And there's some things that flat out come out that we've just dropped the ball to our younger generations. And I hope to rectify some of that and give some kind of logical explanation. When it comes to the viewpoint, common sense to me is kind of just logic. But I realize, and a wise man told me that common sense ain't so common.
Yep.
So I don't know what the hell people are thinking about these days. So it's something that you just got to look at. So, Ms. Toya, I will let you open the floor of something that you want to possibly throw at us.
Let me drink.
Oh, welcome. Matter of fact, hold up. That's celebratory. Yes, indeed. Appreciate y'all.
L'chaim.
There you go. Love.
Yep.
So, those of you who know me with the cigars and doing my thing and got a good cognac, I'm going to drink tonight, baby.
We all
Just
drinking
saying.
tonight.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, we have to discuss what we're smoking. So I have Sancho Panza, Double Maduro. And what are you smoking, Terry?
I am smoking a Long Live the King.
All right.
Yeah. What you got,
See
Z?
what you got.
I'm smoking a Rocky Patel. Honestly, this is my first time somebody gave it to me. Oh, a friend of mine, Otis Jordan, gave it to me. Black 5.
Okay.
And it's not bad. I'm a 770.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That bad boy. That bad boy there.
That's
Yeah.
what you'll see next time.
Okay, cause that's
Yeah.
that ain't no punk.
Flatheads, you have to.
I'm sorry I didn't have my mic.
That's okay. Look, but either way, we know I know what you was smoking, and it ain't for the weak.
That thing will last about 2.5 hours.
Yes, Lord.
Right.
But
Exactly.
Miss Toya, you were about to bring to the floor.
Well, we were just, chatting it up about dating at our age of maturity, which
Some of us have acquired.
some of us have acquired, yeah. I can only speak about me being a 50-year-old woman, newly 50, in this day and age, and how the dating world has changed. I mean, even from the last time when I saw you in the lounge,
Yeah.
so much has evolved since then. And
I don't want. Ooh, I just had to flashback to that moment when.
yes,
yeah. Yeah.
So,
Ooh.
I mean, it just goes to show that with time and experience in life, everything changes, and you have to be willing to go with the flow, learn to adapt, be flexible, open-minded, and in doing that, not compromising who you are. And I think a lot of people do that. You know, they get so engrossed and they get so in tune with the person that they with that they lose themselves.
Okay, that does happen.
And sometimes, well, in most cases, when you're young, you do that. You just want to evolve into the person you're with, and all of a sudden the likes and things that you enjoy doing, you don't want to do that because he or she doesn't like that anymore, and you lose yourself. And I'm at the age where I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm comfortable with what I like, and I definitely know what I don't like.
Okay,
And
so
I'm okay with that.
What's considered at this fresh age of 50 for you? What's considered a deal breaker?
Deal breaker, first and foremost, honestly, if you do not smoke cigars.
You prefer a cigar smoker?
Absolutely. My man is a cigar smoker.
So that okay, because that's something that's a commonality for you.
It's a must because this is my life. This is what I do.
That is what you do professionally, yes.
Right. So I'm not a casual smoker or whatever. Like, I smoke all day, every day. That ends in Y. So that's a requirement.
Okay. Okay.
You know, I smoke at home. I smoke in the car. I smoke outside. So this is my life.
Okay. So I'm gonna touch on something else in a minute, from the female perspective, when it comes to cigars. But we will. Yeah, I'll touch on that in a minute.
Oh.
Now, my man Big Z.
Yes, sir.
Your perspective on things comes a little different. I'm single.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dating.
Right.
Comfortably dating. I'm in a very established relationship. Z, you tied the knot, you know.
Married.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Many moons ago.
I want to put a perspective on that.
Yes.
You mentioned dating. I'm married, so my perspective doesn't come from necessarily dating. My perspective comes from I want to teach my son a different way, some things that I didn't know or didn't learn as a young man. The dating world does amaze me. It's curious to me, the stuff that I've seen. I mean, I've asked questions since I've been here, since I met you, Jay, and you, Toya.
Had very
Because I don't want my son
conversation.
to make the mistakes I've made, and if I would have knew some things about marriage, just about being a man in general, I would have moved differently.
Right.
Not saying I wouldn't have married who I married, but some things would have been different. I would have been a different man, a better man. So that's my perspective. So I know me and Terry talk a lot, and he gets the same flack that I get online, and my wife, Lord have mercy. Yeah, it's kind of hard. So my perspective is different. It's just about me, and she don't understand. It's about me being a better person and maybe helping the next person, but definitely helping my son.
Right.
Even, I know y'all talking about dating, and we'll get back on that, but like from the perspective of being a stepfather, my dad was I guess, great at that. And I don't necessarily consider him a stepfather, but it's a long story. But I'm going to say this. Honestly, as a man, you don't want your son. I wouldn't raise my son to be a stepfather. It's hard.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that later on, but it's hard. So I just it's some things that I've learned about life, marriage, morals, dating, just how this world is different, and just how I would have moved differently as a younger man, knowing the stuff I know now. So that's really why I post what I post and say what I say. I try not to. I ruffle feathers, but I try not to be disrespectful. That was one of my orders before I came. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful to women.
Right.
And sometimes we kind of touch on that, but sometimes truth is truth.
And yeah,
And I don't believe in that your truth and
Sugarcoating.
my truth is just one truth.
it's reality. And
It's-
I
it's
say this
one
all
truth.
the time: reality checks never bounce.
Right.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, reality checks will never bounce, man. So sometimes you got to look at it. It may not necessarily be the case of anybody disrespecting you, but you actually might be walking out your own door disrespecting yourself.
Right.
So
Mhm.
that's, sometimes, it used to be back in the days that some of the older ladies, the mamas of the church or whatnot, that would, in the community, that would be able to pull a young girl to the side and say, baby, your slip's showing. Well, that's kind of what you're doing, some of y'all are doing now out in public and thinking, oh, it's cute. No, it ain't cute. When you are, and I'll go and lead into it, where these women are looking for dudes to make 6-7 figures. You want him to take you out 3 to 4 times a week, pay all your bills, feed your kids, and buy your mama and them something.
Pay your way and your homegirl's way.
Yeah, pay your way, your homegirl's way. Exactly. So, how's a man supposed to do all of that when you, this is gonna sound kind of harsh, but
Speak on it.
Hey, we adults.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
your value is trash. And what I mean by that is, I don't want to pull up content from other podcast legends, but I will say this. There is a theory that the older a man gets, his options are greater. His value even increase. There's a lifespan, there's a shelf life on a woman as she gets older. Unless, and it's a small percentage. Thank God I'm good. But there's a small percentage, but most of the women, after a certain age, you peak too early, you reach a certain age, it's downhill from there. And your best is your absolute best. And the best that you did with your baby daddy was probably the best you were ever going to get. It's a small percentage. Not all, but some.
You didn't say you was gonna step on no toes.
I did say that. Hell, it's my 2 cents.
Yeah. It's his show.
So, I just wanted to put it out there to say that if a man has money and he's good looking and he can take care of himself, his options are even more greater. The more things you add to your plate, the greater his options are.
He doesn't even have to be good looking. All he has to do is have money.
Oh, you just said a word.
I mean, if we think about it,
That's really the fact.
It truly is.
Yeah. You get an ugly short dude can sit on his wallet.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, I'm gonna put this out there then, since we touching on the financial aspect of it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not fair, but that's just what it is.
It's hard, but it's fair.
Toya, let me ask you this: as a woman, will you accept more from a man that has money than a man that's broke? And I'm including infidelity.
Well,
But be
infidelity.
honest.
See, that's a gray area because I don't. My views on infidelity is a little bit different than the masses because
She's not traditional.
I'm non-traditional. So infidelity, that word is like, I think every relationship is unique.
Okay, will you accept more from a man that has money than a man that doesn't? Whatever it is. I'm not saying abuse.
Including deal breakers.
Yeah, I know we talked about that earlier. Yeah, even your deal breakers.
Well, at least I would, shed my tears at the spa and at the mall and shop my sorrows away and say, you know what, I'm feeling sad because he mistreated me, so let me book this first class flight to Paris for the weekend just because I need a change of scenery. I mean, come on, like.
And I get, and I've heard like different podcast, but
Yeah,
this
it's-
one guy
it's
says that, would you rather cry in a Honda or a Benz? So,
I mean, not even a Benz.
I
'Cause
get what you're saying.
Anybody can get a Benz, but if you take, a Silver Spur or a Bentley, I mean, hey, God, my cheers.
So, me as a man, I can relax my morals and values if I'm rich.
Can you now?
That's what it sounds like. That's what she said.
Oh, okay. I'm getting where you coming. Okay.
She'll go bury her sorrows at the Galleria.
Well, see, it really depends on what we agreed on as a couple.
Okay.
Because I'm a firm believer that in a relationship, even before you get married, there are ground rules and boundaries. You say, okay, listen, I don't like this, I don't like that. If we go out, I'm just speaking like cigar culture.
Right.
I'll just use that example because we're all cigar smokers. So my thing is, you may have had a past, no problem. Even a month before you met me, no problem. However, if it comes to the point where you're not happy with me or whatever, and you decide to not have that discussion with me, do not F my circle. Do not start mingling and DMing people that we know in our social cigar circle. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think that goes without saying.
No, but it has to be said because,
outrageous.
once it's verbalized, then there's a clear understanding. I believe in straight talk leads to straight understanding.
Oh,
But-
ain't nothing like understanding.
But I also think too, if you got to tell the man or the woman that you're dating that once we done, you ain't in this circle. Yeah, I mean, you might pick the wrong one. It's something that should be understood to me.
Yeah, it should be understood, but when it's expressed and it's verbally expressed,
Yeah,
there's no
yeah.
excuse saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
well, I didn't know."
Yeah,
"Oh, well,
yeah,
I
and I
didn't know
get
that,"
that.
or whatever.
I
But
get that.
I've made that very clear, even in my current relationship. I said, if there's somebody that, they tried to holler at you or whatever, now we're together, like, that's over. Like, it's done. Like, we have to have healthy boundaries. There's nothing wrong with having friends and all of that. It's absolutely necessary. However, whatever that was going on in the past, that
That's dead.
that's dead. Like, that's very dead.
So if I'm gathering this correctly, to your question, her answer to sum it up is: money can't buy happiness, but it will pay for the search.
But just know, like, if you're, first of all, if you're dealing with a high value person with extraordinarily.
person because not just high value men.
No,
We got both.
absolutely not.
We
There
got
are
both.
women out here that's really doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
6 figures, CEOs, CFOs. I mean, it's not according to only men now.
Right, right.
So it could be a position where I make more than him.
Right. But those type of women, in all honesty, they are a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, there are needle in haystack, especially, in the economy and, the corporate world. But
Right.
the ones that are on that level, still at the end of the day, there is an absolute necessity to have boundaries.
Absolutely.
Healthy boundaries, where you're going to draw the line in the sand, what is a non-negotiable.
Right.
Saying, listen, yeah, we might have our ups and downs or whatever, but if you do this, we are done. I mean, when I tell you we are done.
Yeah.
Maybe if you cheated, we could go to therapy or counseling or whatever, perhaps. But it could be something else that could be a deal breaker for him or her. And that should be expressed from the jump. And during the course of relationship, I believe in, doing a relationship test. Like, we check in. Say, hey, how's things going? Are you happy?
Oh,
Do you
so
make
like
me
an
happy?
evaluation of the relationship.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's important. That's what I do.
Okay.
Because the last thing you will want is you're going through the motions and the time is going by and years and going by, and then
You got comfortable.
yeah, you're getting very complacent.
Yeah.
And most people at the end of divorce, some of them or some women would say, well, I had no idea he was unhappy. Or he would say, I had no idea she was unhappy. I didn't know that, because you're not checking in with each other. You're not connecting with each other. You're not asking the questions. You're just assuming that because he comes home, she comes home, you do the family trips, you do the Christmas and anniversaries, that everything is okay. That does not mean that everything is okay.
Gotcha.
And at this stage, especially some of us that, possibly getting married after the first time, this might be our second, third, whatever consecutive time, I feel it's important that we ask these questions. These are things we need to know.
True.
I want to know, are you happy? Do I make you happy? Am I satisfying you? Is this something you do or something I'm doing that you don't like? Because I don't want to get divorced again.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you make it, Toya. No, I'm not going to let you make it. So you will accept a man cheating on you or doing your deal breakers if he's making money, but a broke man ain't got a chance.
No, I didn't say that.
That's kind of what you said.
No, we were.
But you didn't define your version of infidelity.
Well, like I said,
Because it sounds like as long as he bringing some bread to the table, I can accept a little bit. But if you broke,
sourdough.
Yeah, but if you broke, you gonna walk that thin line.
We're not getting divorced. My deal breaker right now, which is pretty much has always been, if a man has an outside baby, we're done. I don't care how much he makes. You make an outside baby, finish.
I got that.
Okay.
Luckily, my age group, we don't have to worry about that. But that is my deal breaker.
Okay. So.
And that goes for whatever your take-home pay is, whether you're working for the city or whether you're working for General Motors. I don't care.
I'm staring dead into the camera on purpose. I can convict myself. I've done that. I did that in my first marriage, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. And ended up, second marriage, did that all that kind of stuff. So I'm guilty of that. So I understand, especially at this age now, I understand the whole ramifications of how that can be it can be damaging, I should say. But you not gonna let him make it if he just...
No, there's something else I want to touch on too.
It's just a one night stand.
What's a one night stand?
An encounter.
But why would he need that?
When did we talk about a one night stand? When did we bring that one up?
Okay, never mind. I'd have got in my own head and got lost. Don't worry about me.
We're gonna cut that out.
I wanted to ask this question because we do know, and y'all touched on it, that there are a lot of successful women CEOs, CFOs doing well, but there's a lot of them that are single.
Because they can't leave the boss mentality at the office. And they don't know how to be submissive, and they don't know what a real man is and how to be.
I need a Bobby Womack record.
Partner.
I think that's a lot of it.
Because the women that I've worked with in corporate America, the ones that come in and they're just always bossing you around or whatever, that's because they're not getting down at home.
I don't even know if it's that.
Oh no, it's that. It's that.
She's not getting the Arby's.
She's not getting the meat. She's not getting the beef. She's not getting the sausage. She's not getting none of that. She's not getting her plate clean. She's not getting her salad tossed.
I don't know if I'm not going to agree with that.
Hanging out with her girlfriends and they're shopping and they're going to spas and they're getting their nails done.
I would think though, just like men, not me.
I mean, we're speaking truth, right?
But
This ain't my life. But anyway,
But
It's not mine either.
I know some
get all the
guys.
beats.
I know. I've been around some guys, and I've heard.
yeah, he hurried.
Well, you know, I ain't talking about me,
Right.
Because I'm not rich.
Right.
But I know, and so my thinking is that okay, I know dudes that have had money in the past, whatever, back when I was in the streets or whatever.
Right.
And they did a little more than most of us did as far as who they were dating and other things like that. So my thing is this: I would think on the other end too, a woman that has money, she ain't necessarily got groupies. And I've always wondered that: do female entertainers have male groupies?
Absolutely.
They do.
Do they?
Yes.
They do.
And you're in
course.
you
Yeah,
in
I'm
that
in the
field,
business, yeah.
and that's on
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
We can talk about that. But I would think that woman who may be single, just like there's some dudes I would think that keep a woman on hold that I can pay her this and that and another. I'm sure that woman that has money is doing that too with some dudes. So she getting dicked down
Yeah.
by somebody.
The bodyguard.
Somebody.
And that's usually the case.
Yeah.
It's usually the case. Somebody that she can feel somewhat comfortable around,
Right.
that is somewhat trusting. But
With
at
the
same,
NDA.
but the one she has to exactly a lot of NDAs.
Lot
The one thing that they have to deal with the most though is the sly vultures.
Yeah.
Just like we got to deal with them. So it works both ways.
Yeah.
And I agree, but I just don't think it's because she's not getting good sex. I just think she has some innate in her that she thinks that if you're not on my level, I'm not dating you. And your money don't mean nothing to us. We don't
Listen.
care what you make it, unless you're a man that's trying to live off a woman.
Let me tell you something. When you are loved properly, respected properly, sexed properly, and all of your needs are met, and for the most point, all of the things that are important to you, those boxes are checked, you are a happy woman.
So I can put the Bible will make record away.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
If you think you're lonely now, no.
Yeah. Well, and what I'm saying is that, yes, money is important. Money is very helpful. It creates a cushion. It makes your life a little bit easier.
It helps your life move.
It helps your life move. It helps makes things happen. You don't worry about as much as how I'm going to do this or whatever. Your flow is a lot smoother. But when you have the added benefit of someone that feeds and pours into you to make you a better person, male or female, because that's what we're not talking about, just one gender.
But wait a minute. I'm going to need you to pause on that for a second. Hold it right there. Explain pouring into someone, because we want to cover all levels. We'll make sure everybody who's watching this understands the difference, because we also have to cover provisions. So
Right.
if you're looking at somebody who's a provider, it doesn't necessarily mean money.
Right.
So I want to touch on that for a second when you come to the pouring into someone.
Well, pouring into your partner is an emotional investment.
Okay.
It's being caring. It's being understanding.
Okay.
Understanding your needs, feeling you without you saying it. They're in tune with who you are,
Okay.
and they want to make your life easier. And a lot of times that really has nothing to do with money.
Most cases it doesn't.
Right.
So it's truly a matter of being a helpmate.
Yes.
Okay.
Because when you get a partner that is emotionally invested in you,
Or
and
emotionally intelligent.
right, that too.
Yeah.
Because if you're emotionally intelligent, then you understand and what an investment is.
Okay. Okay.
When you have someone that takes the time out to say, I'm with you, I want to invest in you, I love to see you happy.
Okay. Z, you
That-
got a take on that?
That is an overflow. That comes back to you. That it's
It
an ebb
should.
and flow. It should, but
It
if you're connected in the right way, it will. If you're not connected, it won't. That's why you have one partner that always feel that they're giving,
Right.
and they don't feel appreciated.
Or they end up empty, feel empty.
I mean, just like with an ATM machine. I mean, every now and then you see Brinks roll up and put money in that ATM machine.
Right.
Because you can't keep dispersing and giving of yourself without replenishing it. And that's why it's important to have that connection with the one that you're with.
Okay. Very true.
And that's the emotional investment I'm talking about that has nothing to do with money. It's a simple thing. It's simple things that your partner may like for you to do. That makes her day better. So yeah, I could be the boss CEO of my job, and maybe my husband is not on that level, but he's handling his business. And he lets me do what I need to do. He doesn't say, oh, well, I feel inferior because you are the CEO of such and such. He's still doing what he should do as a man. He's making sure that that things in the house is done.
Yeah.
And I make sure I come home and say, thank you, honey. Thank you, for making sure the garage guy came in and fixed that little thing that we needed to get fixed. I appreciate you. And you give him a kiss.
Hey, everybody. That was the first part of our introduction or introductory conversation with my co-host, Lady Toya, and my man, Big Z. And it got kind of interesting. We got kind of long-winded with it, but that was just, again, our first introductory conversation that we all had. I am going to let you guys check on the next link for the next episode that comes up. Just make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. The link and everything is good. I appreciate the support. Please give us your feedback. And we will be back with another episode on Terry's 2 Cents. Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all. Just being grown folk, doing grown things, having grown conversation. And the logic works. Quit fighting it. All right? I'm T. Franks, and I'm out, y'all.